all the security teams present, Excellencies, governors present, and no other senior government officials, good morning. God is good, and all the time. I don't think I have much to say. Our good Minister for Interior has said what I needed to say. Mine is just to confirm and assert that what our minister has said has been agreed on of this government under the chairmanship of the president, who is the chair of the National Security Council, where Professor Kindiki and I sit. Professor Kindiki has put it bare in a very candid manner, and that's the new leadership in this country. We don't want to cheat people and talk to them nicely when we don't mean it. The new administration, headed by President William Ruto, says what it means and means what they say. We have a problem, a national problem, and a serious one, on the illicit alcohol and drugs and substance abuse. This has gone on for a long time as we watched as officers. I want to request our officers to reconcile their conscience that much as they are officers, they are also parents. None of your children, including mine, is immune to peer pressure to veer into drug abuse. Those drugs you are allowed to go through the roadblock, those peddlers that you protect and take cheap money, they'll find to your own child. They'll find their way to your own child. These children, when they leave in the morning, you don't know where they go. As we sit here, we don't know what they're doing. And God has a way of punishing people. If you take bribes for drugs to spoil other people's children, there is a God in heaven. You too have children and you have relatives. I want to talk to you as a parent. I want all of us to agree as we live here that we are parents. And what you like to happen to a child, please wish the same for other people's children. This money from drugs and illicit alcohol cannot take you anywhere. That is why you have found police officers in traffic section. When they get the signal that they are supposed to go home, most of them collapse there on the floor. Because they are used to getting money from the road every day, and money that you get cheaply and that causes pain to other people, it goes that easily. So you find these officers have saved nothing. Anaambiwa siku imefika ya kwenda nyumbani, anaanguka chini. They don't know where to begin. That's why I like today's pay slips, unlike our times when I was in the public service. They even remind you when you are retiring. So that it is a constant reminder that you will not be in this job forever. We have a problem. And the problem is that the previous administration allowed this thing to go on without blinking an eye. And our officers in the national government administration were deployed to non-core functions that have nothing to do with their job description. All these county commissioners here, all these deputy county commissioners here, all these ACCs here, before we took over, for about 4 years, they had been deployed to market PBI and to sell Project Azimio. They were not interested in alcohol and drug abuse. They were selling some useless project that could not go anywhere. they were deployed wrongly to a non-core faction. They did so badly in that deployment, and they did so badly in the duties they had absconded. So tukaenda hasara pande zote. Lakini kwa hiyo hasara ya nyinyi kutukufaulu, sisi tukapata. Professor has said here, President William Ruto has pronounced himself, and he told the county commissioners and regional commissioners when they called on him, this administration will never deploy you to do politics. First and foremost, because it's wrong. Two, and in the most realistic manner, you are also bad at it. Because you tried and you failed. So we would be stupid to rely on you to do our politics. You can't. You have a kazi yenu na muijui. Nyinyi mnafikiria mkiwa na crown ati kuna mtu mnamwambia pali ataweka kura. You cheat yourselves. Wanamwambia ndio, wanafanya opposite. William Ruto na mimi hatuna haja mtu saidie kwa siasa yetu. Hata tukimwambia mtu saidie mtu tuharibia. Hatuna haja. We will never deploy you into politics, including our own members wa Kenya Kwanza. Hawa kina Naomi ati akwambia umfanyie siasa, umwambie atembe. Hiyo hapana kazi yako. You cannot do politics. Police officers were used to do politics. Kuliko waende wakachukue pombe, walikuwa wanatumwa kutawanya mikutano yetu, na hata wanatoa mpaka hema kama hii. Police officers dismantling tent like this one. They are not trained in matters, erection and dismantling of tents. I don't think that was taught anywhere in Keganjo or in Embakasi. You know, misuse of public officers for a selfish and a stupid cause. A whole government took time to deploy government officers paid with public resources to do something that they are not trained for, that has nothing to do with their professional calling, and they are bad at. I want to assure you, please do your work. And that's why we are here to tell you your work, because we need to wake you up. Labda mlisahau mkaenda kwa ile kazi nyingine. Sisi hatuna hiyo biashara na nyinyi. Hata moja. Kura yenu mkitaka kutupatia, mtupatie yako wewe na bibi yako. Lakini kututafutia, tafadhali msituharibie siasa yetu. Hatuna haja. So let us do the right thing. This alcohol, illicit alcohol, mwenye kuleta ile pombe baya hapa katika Mlima Kenya alikuwa principal secretary yenu. That is why you could not fight the thing. Ndiye alikuwa anatuma nyinyi kazi nyingine, muachane na yeye afanye biashara. Siku ya COVID, bar zote zilikuwa open, ndio stock yake isonge. President William Ruto does not take alcohol. He has no factory, he has no bar. Rigathi Gachagua quit alcohol 15 years ago. He has no intention of going back. He has no factory, he has no outlet, and he has no any arrangement whatsoever to get one. Huyu Professor Kindiki does not even take Coca-Cola because it looks like alcohol. Huyu Raymond Omolo is allergic to alcohol. Jafeth Kome ni mtu ya chai. Bwana Kaja ni mtu ya chai. Sasa kama mko mambo ya pombe na bangi, you are on your own. Your leaders are not there. And this is the administration that will sort out this nonsense. We will sort it out with those who want to go on with us. Wale ambayo wanaona hiyo kazi hawezi saidiana na sisi, we are being very kind by offering you an opportunity to proceed on terminal leave pending retirement. Wangapi wanataka terminal leave pending retirement? Inweni mkono. Kama hakuna ni sawa, it's good. Let me say I was in this uniform with the regional commissioner here for 14 years. Hii kazi mimi naelewa kidogo tu, si sana. I'm a bit rusty, I've been away for too long. But for what I can remember, mambo ya illicit alcohol is a simple decision by the commissioner and the commander. If the two agree, it's finished. These assistant chiefs and chiefs, there is nowhere that these things are brewed that they don't know. All this bangi that is sold, the station commanders know. In many instances, 90%, they are the ones who offer them protection and safe passage. That is the truth. Station commanders who are here, who are chief inspectors, I'm looking at you straight in the eye. Straight. You must make a decision today. As you live here, you must live here having made a decision on what you want. Our able professor has explained to you that it has been agreed at the National Security Council, the highest security organ in the country, under the chairmanship of the president, that no CS will go on transfer for allowing crime, peddling of drugs, and illicit alcohol in his area station. That has been agreed on. So, tunataka kupeana kazi ya siku 10. Then we start deciding who is going and who is staying. You too. And I'm being very candid because I need to do so. Because it's good to be fair to officers, to tell them what is ahead of them, so that they make a decision. The county commissioners here, the DCCs here, the ACCs, when you go back, call your chiefs and assistant chiefs. Call them for a meeting and give them the message from government. It has been agreed that an assistant chief and illicit brew and bangi cannot coexist in a sublocation. One of them has to give way. Hawezi kaa wawili. Chief kwa location, na pombe, na bangi, hawezi kaa. And since alcohol and bangi cannot make a decision because it has no brains, the decision is entirely in the hands of the chief and the assistant chief to decide who is to give way to the other. The chief can call a small meeting with his wife and children and discuss on the way forward and decide either to leave or allow illicit brew and bangi to remain. That is a message you take to the chiefs and the assistant chiefs. When I was here, I went to all Meru stations on Friday night. I talked to the chiefs directly. Yesterday, I went to another Kikuyu station. I talked to them directly in a language that they understand because hii Kizungu labda inasumbuawa. The supervisor of these chiefs and assistant chiefs is the assistant commissioner, the deputy county commissioner, the county commissioner, and the regional commissioner. Regional commissioner, county commissioner, deputy county commissioner, ACC, you have delegated responsibility to the chiefs and assistant chiefs, and delegation is a good style of management. But I want to remind you and caution you, when you went to the Kenya School of Government, you were taught one thing. You can delegate authority, you can delegate responsibility, but you will never delegate accountability. So you are accountable for the performance or the non-performance of your chiefs. So, if your chiefs are not performing and you have not sent them home, you are the one to go home. Because you are accountable. The buck stops with you in your region. The regional commissioner is the eye and the ear of the president here in Eastern Region. So if the president has said there will be no bangi and illicit alcohol, regional commissioner, it is your work on behalf of the President of the Republic of Kenya to make sure that happens. Because the president, unlike you, has a direct mandate with the people of Kenya. So I'm just talking to my colleagues, because I was one of you. Fred Dunga, we were with you in administration. Sasa mimi nyinyi ni marafiki yangu. So mimi kama mzee nataka kumsaidia kidogo. Because mimi sitaki wengi marafiki zangu tulikuwa na nyinyi mwende nyumbani mapema kwa sababu hakuna haja. Mtaenda kusubuana na mabibi. Kwa sababu kama ulizoea mshahara ukija bila mshahara utatafuta pahali ya kukaa. Hiyo ndio ukweli. So mimi naambia county commissioners yetu, DCCs, ACCs, please, endeni mfanye kazi yenu. Msipofanya basi hakuna mambo ingine. We are allowing you 10 days to do what you need to do, to allow the PS and the CS to review your performance and make decisions. So today is 12th. You have until the 22nd of this month to make a decision. Na tungetaka tumalizane na nyinyi mapema before the end of the financial year so that tujipange in the new financial year. The financial year ends on June 30th. So we would like to know how many people we are paying, how many are on suspension on half pay or no pay, and how many are interdicted on half pay, so that Raymond Omolo here can align his budget. The National Police Service is independent, yes. Independence up to a certain extent. You have a salary that is paid by the public, there is a certain expectation. We have found some station commanders saying that they can do what they want, release suspects, and then conduct kangaroo courts. That is what is happening. Tutakosana na wewe bure na hakuna haja. Let's be nice people to each other. So, where we started in central Kenya, the war is won 70%. Rift Valley, we were there, it's now about 50%. We are making good progress. I want to thank really our officers. Many of them have taken this matter seriously. I hope you'll do the same. A few of them are harassing the ones who are doing genuine business. Ndio tupigiwe kelele tusimamishe. Many people in fact have called me wanasema, ati polisi wanasema, hii maneno ya operation inakuwa ordered, after a month or so ina lose steam, tunawachana naye. Let me confirm. We are on this job until the 10th of August, 2027. Every day. Watu ya bandits walikuwa nasema huyu professor ati atachoka. Ati tumeona maminister wengi wanakujaga hapa, alafu hii maneno naisha, wanarudi. Watu wa North Rift, siku hizi, professor amewalalia, mtoto wakilia, ndio anyamaze, anaambiwa Kidiki yako karibu, mtoto na nyamaza. The same way professor umekalia hii banditry in North Rift, hata hii watu ya bombe wakalie. And you have I have your back. I'll give you political cover. Yeah. President will give you political cover. So, tufanye kazi yetu. The truth of the matter, in my 15 years of service, I served in many places in the country. I came to the logical conclusion that a station commander whose operations of police revolve around with is the main thing in all these criminal activities. A police station is as efficient as a station commander. A police station is as rotten as a station commander. A police station is as corrupt as a station commander. Once you start receiving money from your constables and your corporals and your sergeants and the major and the OC crime and your deputy, that's the head of the station. Once you decide there will be no bribes within your station, there will not be. So we are going to hold the station commanders responsible for whatever happens in your area of jurisdiction. So hapa Tharaka Nithi, mwanze leo saa 8. Wapi timu ya Tharaka Nithi? Wewe commissioners, wewe ni mtiabu. Hii Mama Kendi leo. Si ndio? Tuheshimiane ndugu yangu. Where is your commander? Where are the OCSs for Tharaka Nithi? Wapi ma OCS? Sasa hii Mama Kendi simwache atafute kazi nyingine ya kufanya. Tukitoka hapa leo, wacha tuanze na Mama Kendi kwanza ndio mambo ikae sawa. Please sit down. Ikae sawa. I want to confirm what Professor has said. In our last meeting, under the president, we agreed we are going to deal with the review of these licenses. And please, the manufacturers of illicit alcohol, don't look for money to bribe me or Professor Kindiki. Tunamjua nyinyi. Mnataka kutafutia sisi pesa na magunia. Ati mtuhonge ndio we allow you to continue selling poison to our children. Please take your money elsewhere. Labda mtafute hii watu ya polisi na madisi muwapatie. Sisi hatuna haja naye. Sisi ile mshahara kidogo tunapewa tunatosheka. And we are going to review those licenses so that we also help you by dealing with the problem at source. Much as we are blaming you, we are also responsible for allowing ethanol to get into this region. So we'll deal with it at source. Na nyinyi, the way Minister amesema wa Interior, all the illegal establishment, within the 10 days, you must not only shut them down, but take those people to court. And if we find one in your area of jurisdiction, haki ya Mungu utaenda nyumbani. Haki. An illegal establishment, we have been told there are 2,800. Mutaenda musifunge na hiyo watu waende kotini. Mkikula hongo siendelee, hiyo hongo ndio utaenda naye mpaka siku utakufa. There will be no other income from government. Those illegal establishments, you close them, that's your work. The legal ones, mtuachie. Sisi wenyewe, na watu ya KRA, watu ya counterfeit, watu ya KEBS, National Police Service at a higher level will deal with it. Nyinyi mudeal with these illicit ones. Kwa bangi, hiyo ni yenu because there is no establishment that has been licensed to sell bangi. So hiyo una excuse. Una. Na hii watu mnawajua. So please, let's agree and do what we need to do, and all will be well. Finally, governors, my sister and my brothers, mumetuangusha kidogo. Hata vile tunalamu hawa, hata nyinyi mkitafuta revenue, you have licensed everybody to be a bar and restaurant. Kila mtu katika hii area. Bar and restaurant ile sisi tunajua ni kama ile hoteli mimi nalala pale Meru. Iko na rooms karibu 40. Iko chakula, iko kila kitu. Iko mvinyo kidogo ya kutafuta usingizi, which is okay. Kwa wale ambaye wanataka kutafuta usingizi na njia hiyo. Sasa nyinyi magavana mumeenda kwa shopping center. There are 10 establishments. One is a shop. Another one is a small hotel. 8 of them are bar and restaurant. Na ndio isemekana iko na chakula, hapo nje iko mutura na smokies. And you decide that is a bar and restaurant. Hapo nje tu, just near the door, iko jiko hapo, iko mutura hapo mtu anatengeneza, atunasema hiyo ni bar and restaurant. Hata nyinyi mmetuangusha. The truth of the matter is that this problem was compounded with the advent of devolution. Before, when the DC was chairing the liquor licensing court, it was a very strict affair. And only those people doing the right thing were licensed. When governors came, wakitafuta revenue, ukilipa tu receipt application, you use that one as a license. So kila mtu anauza pombe, anauza kila kitu. We are asking the governors to consider, we are requesting you with a lot of humility. When we leave here, if you agree, you do what people have done, sit down with your county commissioner, police commander, Nakada, and review the licenses the way we are doing at the national government. Shut down most of these places. I want to thank the governor of Murang'a, Irongo Kangata, Mutu ya Barua. He has made a bold decision. He has shut down 1,800 establishments. Hiyo watu wanamulima kisiasa. Hao 1,800. Lakini yeye alikuwa na kura 1,400. Sasa 1,800 minus 400,000 is negligible. Hii watu wanakunywa wanalala kwa mtaro, hao sisi hata hatuna haja naye. Kwanza wamepoteza kitambulisho, so they cannot even vote for you. On the day of voting, they are drunk. So, let political leaders not fear this exercise. We don't want to take you the route Uhuru Kenyatta took you because aliumiza nyinyi. Alimwambia nyinyi mkamwaga pombe. Hiyo hapana kazi yenu. How can a member of parliament go kwenda kumwaga pombe? What he had failed to do is to know his men were not working. So instead ya kuambia wafanye kazi, akaambia MP wakafanya kazi ya polisi. Na MP wakapata shida mingi sana. Because wewe ni mtu umechaguliwa. Sasa pombe ya mtu taenda kumwaga on what ground? Let these people do their work. What we are asking the members of parliament here is to oversight. Oversight for us. Waangalie, sasa nikitoka hapa patusi utanipatia report. That's all I need from you. Hiyo peke yake inatosha. Ukimaliza kuniambia what's going on, waambie professor, uachie hapo. Leave the rest to us. And that's all we are asking from leaders. Don't do anything else. Nimtuambie OCS fulani gari yake namba hii na hii ndio nasunguka every Friday kuchukua protection fee. Bas. But don't be malicious. Just be truthful because you are a leader. Don't msitulete fitina ya kuumiza officers. Just be truthful. And that's all we are asking for the leaders here. Ingine mtuachie, hao watu wako na crown ni kazi yao. Kazi yao watafanya. And once we do that, we'll be fine. Number 2, tunauliza governors pia, tafadhalini. I talked to you in IBEC. I want to talk to the governors here. At least wale wetu, wapande yetu, at least nyinyi mtanisikiza. Please consider, kindly, the sin tax you collect, let it go to deal with sin. Pesa yote ya revenue ya pombe na bus, mukubali isiende kujenga barabara, tusaidie na kada, na tufanye advocacy, na tujenge rehabilitation centers for those who are beyond help. And as Professor Kindiki, with my assistance and the President, enhances the NACADA budget, kindly let us have a discussion on a framework that a certain percentage of the money that you collect, we shall give it to NACADA to continue doing the good job they are doing, and another percentage you build and run a rehabilitation center in every county to deal with the cases that are beyond help. And the remaining of the money, you use it for advocacy. Radio advertisements, TV advertisements, road shows ya kupigana na ulevi. Hii pesa Mdhomi Njuke ya pombe, munajenga naye barabara, nani atapitia? Ama mochari. Sasa iko haja gani kujenga mochari alafu hii watu wakufe waende kwa hiyo mochari? Why don't we use this money to stop this? I'm requesting the governors, and I'm going to write to all of you so that in the next meeting we have a discussion to request you to agree. Everybody here has complained about the law and the very lenient penalties. In central Kenya, and I'm going to rope in the people from this region, I met with all the MCAs, and we made a proposal to harmonize all the laws. And I'll invite the MCAs from this region. We meet together with the others. We share what they have come up with. They have come up with a proposal to have very heavy penalties that will make this business unattractive. They have come up with laws to impound all vehicles carrying drugs and illicit alcohol and forfeit them to the county. They have come up with the proposals to shut down forever any establishment selling illicit alcohol and drugs. Very punitive proposals, and that is what was sought out to this country. I'll be inviting the MCAs from these 5 counties to join their counterparts. We have a look at that law, and if you find it appropriate, you also take it to the county assembly and enact it. Again, we will talk to NACADA to look at the national law. We'll discuss with our members of parliament and the Senate how to strengthen those laws so that the issue of destruction of bhangi can be addressed. The issue of the destruction of illicit alcohol can be addressed. And I want to thank Professor for what you have proposed. You know, I've been urging you. I have told you, I have told the President from my own experience. Where did the rain begin to beat us in matter of security? Where did the rain begin to beat us? It is when, without adequate consultation, we denied our administrative officers the enforcement component. What was happening before, for the years I served? The chiefs and the DOs then would deal with all the small problems before they become a problem. They will deal with the boundary disputes before it leads to murder, before it leads to assault, before it leads to grievous bodily harm. They will deal with them. In fact, the station commanders kazi yao ilikuwa rahisi sana. Saa ile mtu amekufa, wanakuja na Land Rover, wanachukua, wanapeleka. And they were coming from 60, 80 kilometers away. How does somebody who is 80 kilometers away prevent crime? The chiefs, assistant chiefs, the assistant county commissioners, with the support of the AP, were doing 90% of prevention of crime at source. And then the police would deal now with 10% to apprehend the offenders and prosecute them. Prof, you have our support to reinstate the enforcement capacity of our officers of the National Government Administration. And when that happens, I can assure you, Professor, na mtaniuliza, within 1 year, hii shida yote tuko nayo hii Kenya itaisha. Because saa hii chief anajua kila mtu mbaya, lakini yako na watu hapo ya kumsaidia. The police have not been very kind to the National Government Administrative Officers. Wakiwaita wakuja iko crime, wanasema kama hakuna mafuta, hawendi. But hiyo mafuta si ati gari haina mafuta, you know what I mean. Police officers, because of the independence, had also became a little bit arrogant and demeaning to the National Government Administrative Officers. Na kusema sisi ni independent, sisi tuko na Inspector General of Police. Even the security committees that were functioning well before, where the DC would give instructions to people within the district. Today, anasema, wacha tuulize Nairobi. Sasa Inspector General of Police akiwa Nairobi, how will he deal with the problem in Tharaka Nithi? Let us have that enforcement capacity, and let us agree as a country, much as the National Police, the Police National Service is independent, our respective security committees be given autonomous authority to make decisions that are peculiar to that particular area of jurisdiction. And I can tell you, once we do that, hii mambo yetu itakuwa sawa sawa. So mimi nikimalizia, it is true, Ethiopian border ndio bangi inapitia. Hapo iko watu ya custom, iko DCI, iko NIS, iko police, iko administration. Bangi inakuja kuharibu watoto wetu, inapita, nyinyi mko pale. Mnachukua haki yenu, watoto wetu wanaumia. So watu wako kwa border, please go and do your job. If you can't do it, allow us to bring a new team that can work in that area, because that is what we shall do. Kwa sababu hiyo maneno ni maneno ambayo hayawezi kubalika. I agree with the Nakada guy about the role model. I was asking last night, nilikuwa kwa shule inaitwa Kerelembe. Mimi naona viongozi wetu hapa katika Mlima Kenya, wale wa Azimio. Sisi wanajua tuko na shida ya pombe na bangi. Na wanajua vile tumeumia katika area hii. Ile mtu wanatembea na yeye ni ile anaitwa Wajackoyah. Ndio mgeni wa heshima wakija hapa kutembea. What are we telling our children? This is a man who went on national television and said that bangi should not only be smoked, but encourage people to grow. And then this is a person you are bringing to a region that is having a serious problem of bangi. What message are you sending to our young people? I want to ask those leaders from this region, please, when you come here, come and talk your things. But I beg you, don't come with Wajackoyah. Because what are you telling us here? We have a problem. Don't we have a problem on Bangi? Sasa hao ni viongozi ya kina Martha Karua. Ile mtu amesidikisha hao ni Wajackoyah. Na anasema ati apigiwe makofi. Kwani watu wanatudharau kiasi gani na kutuchekelea? When you bring Wajackoyah to this region, you are simply laughing at us. Ile mtu anasema ati Bangi tukuze, ati Bangi ni mzuri, hapa tuko na shida, pato munalia Bangi, alafu wanaleta hiyo mtu anaitwa Wajackoyah hapa. Si wewe utajua vile utafanya? Please, I want to ask our national leaders, save us this Wajackoyah thing. It's very embarrassing to us as leaders. How would you move around with a fellow who is saying that Bangi should be allowed? Na ndio mnatembea na yeye ati ndio mtu ile mnaamini ati kiongozi wa Kenya. How? So, even ourselves as leaders tuko na shida mingi. I think we have a big problem. Mambo ya online marketing, again with the laws, we'll look at it. Mambo ya diversion of ethanol, we'll have a meeting with the professor on Wednesday tukubaliane vile tutafanya. And finally, I want to ask all leaders, please sit with our teams. I want to urge the governors to talk to the county commissioners and have a good relationship. When we came in, the previous administration had created a wedge between the national government and the county government. Ourselves, we told our county commissioners, I called them for a meeting, that we are one people. We serve the same people. There is gain when we work together. I want to ask these governors to consider, where you have challenges of budgetary, put money aside to give allowances to the National Police Reserve. Where there are issues of transport, county governors consider buying and maintaining vehicles to be used by these officers. Because hata ukijenga barabara, ujenge hospitali na watu yako hapana lala, you are wasting your time. Security is everything. It's a prerequisite to development. So please, I want to encourage our officers of the National Government Administration. Kaa karibu na gavana wako, kaa karibu na mjumbe wako. We used to build even canteens for police officers. Wale tulikuwa tunapelekana mzuri. Lakini kama wewe kazi yako ni kuchukua pesa ya banki, hakuna mjumbe atakujengea ofisi. Mjaribu kukaa na hawa waheshimiwa, wako na pesa ya CDF, hawa county governors wako na pesa ya county. If you have got a good relationship, you can make a lot of progress in your area of jurisdiction. Nakumbuka zamani sisi tulikuwa tunafanyia mpaka ma-OCS pate wakiondoka. Siku hizi hakuna. Wewe umekuja umeharibu area. Umekubalia pombe. Ati siku ya kuondoka ati watu wakufanyie farewell. Hakuna mtu, watu wanasema hiyo mtu akwende. Hata hajaondoka, anangoja nini? But when things were working and things will work, you find the community loves you and the community appreciates your work because you have come to give a service. Finally, county team ya Isiolo na ya Meru. Muko wapi? Wapi Isiolo na Meru? Can you sort out that nonsense at the border? Hii maneno ya watu kukufa hatuwezi kubali. Hatuwezi. Dunga. Who is the county Omoding? Wewe mtu wangu. Unajua pahali wewe nilikutoa Olomoran. Usiniangushe. Please, can you sit, can you have a joint security committee and sort out that nonsense on the Meru-Isiolo border? Pale Igembe North, watu wamekuja kuniona jana wanalia machozi. Cross-border cattle rustling leading to death is unacceptable. And you guys, if you want, you can sit down and sort it out. Have a joint operation. Dunga, you are a seasoned officer, I know you. Omoding, I worked with you. Why do we have a problem? And mimi najua nyinyi ni watu ya kazi. How many days? Yeah? 1 week? Omoding? You know you are called Geoffrey like me. Na sitaki professor akuumize kwa sababu ni mtu wangu. Please, you sit down And within 1 week, can you sort out that nonsense of that Meru Isiolo border, because it's senseless. It doesn't make sense to anybody. It's something that if you people sit down, you can sort out. Please sit down. Najua nikija area, I also pick a lot of things. Nimekaa hapa siku 4-5. Professor hapa nikikaa, hilo nasema wiki nyingine moja, kuna watu wataenda nyumbani. So acha niende Nairobi. Kwa sasa unajua mimi nimefungua milango, kila mtu ananiambia what is happening. Jana nikiwa kwa TV, iko mtu ametuma message hapo. Ametumia presenter anaitwa Jenga, akataja chief na area na yeye ndio mwenye kuuza pombe. So kutoka hapo nikafuadia RC, akatumana. Akakuta chief mwenyewe ndio yuko kwa counter. Sasa chief amekula nyumbani. Because I'm accessible. Professor here is accessible. Hamuna bahali ya kujificha. Let me tell you, within 10 days, we'll have a full report on who is working and who is not working. Because sisi ni watu ya raia, ni watu ya grassroots. Na tumekubalia wananchi kutuongelesha bila kuogopa. Hata nikija hapa iko mlevi amenisimamisha. Akasema wewe Rigiji, nipatie chakula ya kukula na utusimamishie pombe, mimi ninakunywa kwa sababu kumefunguliwa. Kama ingefungwa singekunywa. As I was just coming from here, nimeona mlevi anasimamisha, askari wakijaribu kufukuza, sema mwana acha nisikize hii mtu. He has a point. Sasa usiezi area huko. Uko wapi? Wapi usiezi area near here? Sasa wewe umeanguka. Sisi nakuja conference ya pombe. Asubuhi saa 3. Watu yako ni walevi. Na tunakuja hapa, minister yako iko hapa, PS iko hapa, niko hapa. Sasa what do you have to say? Utasema nini? Mimi nimeona na macho. Usies. Ewe, please sit down. Lakini wacha pia mfanye kazi ijulikane tulikuwa area. Sababu mkifanya kazi itajulikana professor alikuwa hapa, nilikuwa area. Na mkifanya sisi hatuna maneno. So I want to thank everybody, and I want to say that I want to commend Professor Kindiki and his peers. For a long time, we have officers who are persistent and following to the detail, going every part of the country to deal with the security issues. I want to say in the decision to pick Professor Kindiki and Raymond Omolo, the president picked the right people for the right job, and we are grateful. And Professor, you don't have to be popular. Hii kazi na nilikuambia, hakuna mtu ya kupenda wewe. You have said you are going to lose many friends. Since you are my friend, mimi sitaki tukosane, mimi I will do the right things. Utanisikia kwa pombe ama kwa banki. Utanisikia tu kwa mambo ya kahawa, mambo ya chai, so mimi siwezi pitana na wewe. I know we will remain friends. Finally, why are we doing this? Many people walikuwa wanasema, Rigathi Gachagua ametengwa na President William Ruto. Ametolewa ile kazi ya maana ya kwenda ng'ambo, kwenda kufungua miradi, amepewa kazi ya pombe na banki, kazi ya reja. Sasa rais huyo amenipatia kazi ya pombe na banki, alinipatia kazi ya kahawa na chai na maziwa. So mimi nikilala nikajiuliza, hii kahawa tukitengeneza, hii majani chai, hii maziwa, nani atafanya kazi huko? So we must first fix the problem of our young people as we fix coffee, tea and milk. That is why we are so passionate. We had a successful coffee conference. We are having a tea conference in Kericho in 2 weeks' time. We have another conference for milk in Nakuru. We have another one in Eldoret for maize. We'll be back here for one for Mera and Moka. Watu ya Nakada nitaita nyinyi na hao viongozi ya Meru. We want to have a discussion. Yeah, let's have a discussion. I don't want us to wash our dirty linen here mbele ya watu. But we need to have a conversation so that we agree vizuri kama viongozi. Sio ni sawa viongozi? Can I convene that meeting? Let me convene that meeting. We have a discussion so that we agree on what we are doing. But what we are saying is, President William Ruto na mimi na huyu professor and the rest of government, hatuwezi kubali a whole generation to be wiped out when we are in office. Tutaambia nini wa Kenya? Tukirudi hapa 2027 kutafuta kura na pombe naendelea na bangi, tutaambia hao ati nini? Sasa mimi sitaki president ameniambia nipigane na hii maneno, na sitaki unga yangu imwagike. Unajua ile tabu nilipata ndio nifike hapa. Nilikuwa na shida mingi sana. I didn't need this job to keep it. So nikiona wewe utamwaga unga yangu, nitamwaga yako kwanza. It is only fair. Si ndio mofaya? Ukiona mtu anataka kumwaga yako, umwage ya? Na akitaka kumwaga ugali na yeye anamwaga mpaka kitoweo. So you people and by the way, we are not bad people. You know, if you are bad people, tungeanza kuvuta nyinyi bila kuongea na nyinyi. Lakini sisi ni watu wazuri, ni wa Kristo, na ni watu wa heshima, na we are fair also. You know, in law they say the rules of natural justice, no man should be condemned unheard. So najua PS atampatia nafasi pia muongee. Lakini pia sisi tumemwambia malalamishi yetu with a lot of humility, with tremendous respect. Please assist President William Ruto and us to have a sober Kenya. Na ni kweli ba ilikuwa State House ulifunga. It was only fair for symbolic message. How do you say you are fighting pombe hii na pahali wewe unakaa ndio imejaa? Sasa wewe unaambia watu wasikunywe, na wewe ni mlevi kutoka asubuhi. So ba tulifunga. Kwangu pale Karen, even if I wanted kufungua ba, pastor anakaa huko hawezi kubali. So huko I don't even need to be persuaded. Huyo mama ni mkali, hawezi kubali nini niweke ba huko. Hata wageni wangu wale wanakujaga wanauliza kama kuna kitu ya kuteremuka, wanapewa maji. At the best Coca-Cola. So sisi hatuna haja na hiyo maneno. So na hata nyinyi please. And officers, those who drink, it's okay. It's fine. But what I was taught when I joined administration, if you have to drink, don't drink in your duty station. Ndio heshima yako ikae. Sasa wewe unakunywa ni UCS, umelewa. Driver yako ni kopro. Kufika jiani, mkojo imekusukuma. Umemwambia simama, nikojoe. Umeenda umefungua, umekelekeza kitu yako pale, anakuangalia. Alafu unamwambia akutii. He will not listen to you. He will not. Hakuna. Wewe ni USBD. Unakunywa kwa club. Mnakunywa pale na raia. Mnaenda pale kwa Uraino. Mmepiga laini na watu wale unataka kushika. Kila mtu amemulika pale. Na watu wanaangaliana hapo. Wewe heshima yako itatoka wapi? How? Wengine wenu OCS constable wako pale umefanya yeye bibi yako. Unatoka kwa nyumba yako ya station commander unaenda kulala kwa line. Asubuhi unatoka na towel, constable anakuona ukitoka. Nani atakuheshimu kwa hiyo station? Nobody will respect you. Kama unataka kuoa constable yako, peleka kwa kanisa uwekwe ring, kila mtu ajue na mpigwe picha. Adhe umtoe kwa line umlete kwa nyumba yako. That is where things are not working. How many instances have we had? OCS amepigwa bunduki na constable. Wewe umeenda umetumia crown, umelalia girlfriend yake. Sasa anaona vile uko na crown, there is nothing he can do, amechukua risasi, amekupiga, umekufa. Umewacha hiyo girlfriend, umewacha bibi yako na watoto. Na yeye amechukua hiyo, amejiua. Let us also be dignified people, especially at this level. This level of leadership. Nyinyi ni viongozi. You are leaders in your own right. So when you have wayward behavior in the station, moving around with officers below you, kuchukua mabibi ya wenyewe, wengine you move with the suspects. Yeah, that is the truth. Wacha nimwambie ukweli ama nisimwambie? Yeah. See, hata nikiwa tu hapa nimepata report. One of the most notorious brewers alikuwa amewekwa na OCPD. Sasa hii bomba ingeisha namna gani? Ingeisha namna gani? Mama mwenye kuuza sumu, boyfriend yake ni OCPD. Aingia pale, anatoa buduki kwa waist, anawekelea pale. Anamwambia mama, umesimamiwa na serikali? Sasa what will happen? Eh? What will happen? Eh? 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 Unajua nilikuwa station inaitwa Navaholo 1995. Mtu akakuja akaniambia, hii chief yako ananisumbua na tutaonana hivi karibuni. Amelalia kwangu, anatumia crown, amenitoa kwa boma yangu, tutaonana. Mimi nikaita hao machifu, nikasema vile mimi nasikia, sikuambiwa ni nani, lakini hiyo mzee vile ameongea, kuna mtu atakuja kukata makende hapa. I am not a prophet. Yeah? Within 10 days, yeah? Chief alikatwa makende, ikawekwa kwa shoestring, ikakuwa hanged kwa shopping center. To send a message to chiefs. Nimeuliza juzi, after so many years, nikapiga simu kwa mtu rafiki yangu, akaniambia huko hakuna chief, na karibia bibi ya mwenyewe. So I don't want to encourage wananchi wafanyie nyinyi hivyo, but there's a possibility. Nyinyi wewe, please, officers, let's conduct ourselves with dignity and decorum so that we can serve our people and serve them well and be effective. I wish you well. I know you have what it takes to do the right thing. Again, I want to remind you, you are also parents other than being officers. Please do the right thing, uphold the law, eradicate crime, apprehend offenders, and make sure you have sufficient evidence to secure successful conviction. I am looking forward to a very healthy discussion. Asanteni.